Welcome back to Around the Block Volleyball. With Poland winning the men's side, the 2025 VNL has fully concluded, and it's time for us to talk about this crazy tournament. But first, we have even crazier news to talk about. So, the biggest news is that the MLV, which we've heard nothing about for months and months.
It was funny, that was like our very first episode, I think.
Yeah. They finally merged with the PVF.
Yeah.
Was
us talking about like the 4 leagues being like I don't know what the US is doing with volleyball right now.
Thank God they've merged. This is amazing news because I think the general consensus between us, everyone online, basically everyone was thinking, why do we have 3 competing volleyball leagues? Of course, Athletes Unlimited.
It's kind of like its own thing.
Yeah, it runs at a different time. I think everyone's okay with that one. It's also a different concept.
Yeah.
That's fine. But everyone's like, why are we going to have MLV, PVF, and League One all running at the same time? That's way too much. It's too confusing. Well, 2 of them have merged, and I think it's a good thing.
For sure, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But god damn, MLV has money.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
We saw numbers in like the hundreds of millions as the merger.
It was like 100 million or something at least.
Yeah, it was crazy money for this.
I mean, they got plenty of people to fund it. I mean, there's like Kerry Walsh Jennings. There's a bunch of like volleyball legends. And then you also have a random one like Jason Derulo. That's really funny. But hey, shout out to him for supporting women's sports, women's volleyball.
Yeah. Shout out to him. But we have some even bigger news regarding this merger. So first off, the Vegas Thrill has dropped out of this merged league. I think their ownership group has basically put them up for sale, so no one really knows what's going to happen for them next season. Then to replace that, to just have that even number of teams, they're building a team in Dallas. So
yeah,
we're getting a lot more overlap between this League One and MLV PVF. Leagues.
It's pretty crazy. I feel like we were talking about it before we recorded, and Vegas is such a big market. But then I guess part of it is also Vegas is so much of like it's touristy.
Yeah.
It's not really, people don't really live there as much as they go there to like visit and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it. Maybe they kind of experimented with that, and that might have been like a point that was difficult for them. And then moving to Dallas is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of Texas teams now. Yeah. If you're considering both leagues.
Yeah, but, and they're really close to each other too.
But you know what? It makes sense. I kind of had the opinion of go set up the league for success by taking advantage of the bigger markets of volleyball. And Texas is definitely one of those hotbeds of volleyball for women's and like girls volleyball especially, right? Like you have to take advantage of that. That's where you're going to get fans and people to go to the games and sell out a little bit more. So I think Dallas is a smart move for MLV now.
Yeah.
Or we call it MLV now.
Yeah.
PVF pretty much got absorbed.
They're MLV.
All right. Yeah. So MLV taking the reins here, and I think Dallas is a good move.
Yeah. And kind of moving from that big volleyball hotspot thing, they also announced that in 2027, so 2 years from now, they have DC and the NorCal team slated to be part of the expansion.
That's going to be nice. I think that makes it 10 teams.
Yep. That's
going to be really cool that it really is expanding. NorCal, it makes sense. I think
obvious.
Just having more California teams makes more sense. I think you have to. And then DC is kind of nice, at least for us. It's a little bit closer for us.
Yeah.
And
just generally having a Northeast team because
none
of the leagues have done that for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Northeast volleyball isn't really all that, but come on.
We're on the rise. Yeah. There's some good colleges here and there, but I think that we also talked about that too. I think that's something that is kind of hindering these leagues from wanting to really make a Northeast team.
Yeah.
Is that like college fans is the biggest thing right now. And there aren't very many college teams in the Northeast that are that good yet. Shout out Penn State though. Penn State's always been rocking it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where maybe the Penn State fans will try and go, even though it's still a long drive.
Yeah, I mean even for us, I think DC is the easiest one for us to get to.
Yeah. Still unfortunately far. But the news did not stop for the MLV.
They're making money moves.
Yeah, they have the super big announcement. This is huge for just college volleyball fans in general. John Cook is now the GM and co-owner for the Omaha Supernovas.
I think you just love to see one of the GOATs in college volleyball still staying involved in the volleyball scene in the US. And this is the best way to do it, honestly, if you're not in college. He's taking advantage and he's trying to help out these pro leagues succeed in the US. And he's doing that. I mean, he's directly doing it. He's a co-owner now for that Nebraska team, the Omaha Supernovas, and he's the GM. He knows a lot of the players. He can make the moves now. So Omaha Supernovas might be pretty nice when that free agency period hits.
I'm very interested to see like how much of like an ex-Nebraska team he just ends up putting together.
Nice.
It'd be so funny.
No more Allie Batenhorst though.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe it would have been different if she found out that John Cook was here. But this is super crazy. This is amazing news for, I guess, just volleyball fans, but also just the Omaha fans in general should be super enthused by this.
Yeah. It kind of sounded like Omaha the Supernovas was kind of in flux because they're going to MLV. You don't know what's happening with MLV now, but now we know. It's a lot more clear for us, and I think they're going to be one of the teams to really be afraid of, I guess, at this point, knowing that John Cook is the guy behind the scenes now.
I mean, I think he just generally has the biggest draw for players. Like, he has all these connections already, and he can really probably convince players to be like, hey, why don't you come over here?
Yeah, he's not even coaching them. It still might work.
Yeah. But sticking with Omaha, we're moving on to League One, where they also have huge news, where they've also started franchising a little bit. Love Omaha has rebranded into Love Nebraska, with Jordan Larson being one of the lead co-owners of this new, I guess, franchise team for Nebraska as a whole again.
Yeah, the governor is still making moves. This is awesome.
Truly the governor now.
I know, yeah, actually, though. And then to top onto that, the Creighton volleyball head coach, former now, Kirsten Bernthal Booth, she's awesome. I think just what she was doing with Creighton was so amazing. She is now the president of business operations. So she also kind of stepped away from the coaching as well. And she's kind of going behind the scenes more into the business side. And I think that's really cool to see some of the really involved coaches and figureheads in USA volleyball, collegiate, kind of making this move into pro volleyball to really try and help these leagues succeed. I think that's so huge.
Yeah, I think we're really, really getting a lot of support on the back end from just now we've got current players buying in, we've got coaches buying in. I think there's just a lot of logistical support going into this where I think these leagues can truly succeed. It's still tough having the 2-league thing going on, but I think just with all the support that both of these leagues are getting, we're going to at least have some sort of success.
Yeah, it gives volleyball fans in general in the U.S. more confidence that somehow these leagues, if it's one, if it's both at the same time, something is going to succeed, and we're going to have volleyball to watch that's past collegiate level now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not no one, but it's very difficult to keep up with all of your favorite players going abroad. You don't really know how to watch all of them. Even if you can watch them, sometimes the broadcasts are in a different language. They're just at a weird time for you to watch. You can't really keep an eye on it. When it's at home, very, very easy. You can go to games in person.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of breakthrough in PVF and in League One's inaugural season, both getting better TV deals, making it a lot easier to watch the games, but also finding that it really is becoming more popular as a sport. And it's competing against those really popular sports. I think, especially for women's volleyball, if they can make a breakthrough, that can only help the men's.
Yeah.
So it's just helping grow the game in general, which we're really stoked about.
That is the huge news for the week. And now it's time for us to move into our overall VNL recap. First off, we're going to start with the men's. The playoffs just finished for them, so we can just talk about each of the playoff matches because it was interesting to say the least. Nothing too crazy. There are a couple crazy things, but some things we just know is going to happen. First off, first match we have to review. We have Brazil versus China, 3-1. Honestly, the most surprising part of this matchup was that China won a set. They came out, came out swinging.
They won that first set. It was pretty nuts. But, I mean, we kind of knew that Brazil was going to be that team that was really going to make a push to try and win the whole thing. And China was a really good up-and-coming team. I think it was a little surprising how well they did, but they really took advantage of like a surprise factor, I guess, for most of the other countries.
Yeah, I think especially because
they were there.
Brazil was just, they came out thinking, this China team's towards the bottom of the standings. We got this. And China went no, you don't. Not that easy.
Yeah.
So super cool to see from China, but in the end,
It's kind of expected.
yeah, Brazil's Brazil. At least China got to win a set at home.
Yeah.
Because it was at home. They had to put on a show. So that's awesome. Now let's just move down the bracket. Next game was Japan versus Poland.
Yeah.
3-0.
It's tough, but again, I think another one that most people saw coming.
Yeah, I will say, I guess people, including myself, thought that Japan would win a set or two.
Yeah, I mean, Japan is still an insanely good team.
Yeah.
But hey, we kind of know what Poland came to be
Yeah.
for this tournament, so I guess it's not all that surprising.
And Japan still missing a couple key pieces.
For sure,
So
yeah.
what can you do? Let's move on to the next game just because Poland, they just steamrolled the entire tournament.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Hopefully you watched all these games if you're watching this. But
Or you would have at least known it.
Yeah.
You probably know.
yeah. So moving on to the next game where is again kind of a banger. We had Italy versus Cuba.
Yeah.
So this one was a 4-setter. Italy came out on top. I mean, Italy was the more favorite team, but Cuba, they just always come out to play, to swing.
Yeah, I think you always know that they're going to be out there and they're going to make you work for it. They're not going to roll over for sure. And I think that's just their mentality.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did it again, but I think Italy's just too good right now.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the attacking side, my boy Marlon Yent, he did his thing.
As always.
Yeah. 19 kills, but just wasn't enough against an Italy team that is
Stacked.
yeah.
They're loaded.
Very, very complete team. So it's tough. And now let's move on to the final game of the quarterfinals. This is a game why we were rushing through the rest of the ones. This is the game to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got France versus Slovenia, where Slovenia upsets the reigning VNL and Olympic champions by 3-1ing them.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was absurd.
Yeah, this is insane. I think some of it is, I mean, you kind of understand, it's not the team that you know and love from France. They weren't all suited up for this one. But
Yeah, Patry got
Yeah.
sick and had to go home. I remember I saw that. But, this is a tough one for France.
Yeah.
And Slovenia we just gotta sing our praises for them.
They were turning up this whole VNL, honestly.
They just play so well together, and I think Slovenia kind of did this with every game they were in my opinion, but I think the big criticism for men's volleyball has always been, the game doesn't have enough rallies, just kill, kill, kill.
Yeah.
Slovenia turns every game into this huge, scrappy, battle.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because I feel like that was Japan's calling card, was that type of gameplay.
Yeah.
But Slovenia is kind of doing a very similar thing, but
I mean, I think in general, the men's game feels like defenses are starting to improve, whether it be the blocking is better or just general defense is better. But Slovenia, oh my God, they're so fun to watch.
yeah, I think they're definitely a sleeper team that I think was very surprising for most people.
For our own predictions, we had France just winning this one.
Yeah.
So big surprise in that direction, and France not even a chance at a medal.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. But I think again, kind of understanding the people that were playing the game. I think not that you give them a pass here, but I think you understand it a little bit more.
Yeah,
but you would hope that they would at least have a chance to medal still. But
yeah,
it's tough. It's not. I think there's a lot more parity now between the countries. You really can't just roll out a regular team and assume that you can win.
Yeah, the men's is every team is freaking good. I mean, but let's just move on to the next one. And every team is good, but no one can stand against Poland.
Nope. They are still insane.
Yep. Poland 3-0'd Brazil.
This was the one. This was like a big game that we were thinking, hey, if we're looking at the big heavy hitters here, this is definitely a crazy game for us.
I mean, Brazil was the number 1 seed going into this. They looked so dominant in all of the pool play.
Yeah.
And here we go. They're up against Poland, and Poland goes, yeah, we were playing the young guys for a reason. Here's what our senior team can do. For real. And they dominated.
Yeah, and I think this is the last that we saw of Fornal.
Yeah, he got injured during this one.
Which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But Seminyu came in, and you know that they're a very deep team, so they weren't chilling, but in this game they made it look like it wasn't that difficult, even with Fornal out.
Yeah. Also, again, kind of sucks for Brazil. I don't know. I had a lot of favoritism for this team. I think, the offense just wasn't working as well for them. I think Brazil had to try a lot of players. I think they already kind of did that earlier, but they tried a lot of players, and this time, instead of like China, it just didn't work.
Yeah, I think they just had a really tough time trying to score. I don't think anyone really got going besides Darlan. He was the main one that was going pretty much.
But he'll always get scoring because he'll either score the ball or he'll get blocked or something like that.
Yeah, so it was definitely difficult, but when you're going up against Poland...
Yeah, and Poland is firing on all cylinders.
It's very difficult, especially for Darlan or Allen if they're on the right side. You got big block in Leon or Fornal or Seminuk at this point, so you got a big block that you're going against.
And the key thing that we haven't talked about yet with Poland is that Leon didn't have good games yet.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was just having especially for his standards. He said it himself. He said that during the quarters and the semis, he had bad games.
Yeah.
He was not showing up the way that we know one of the best players in the world should.
Yeah.
And Poland is just that dominant.
It shows how deep this team is and how good they are. So
we're not even done talking about how good the Poland team is yet, but we'll just move on to the next game so we can get to that. The next quarterfinal was Italy versus Slovenia. This is where Slovenia's dream run came to die, but they still made it a very, very good game.
Yeah, it was still generally close, at least for the first 3 sets. And then
but
you're hanging with Italy. That's a really, really crazy good team. So
yeah, and like I said, Slovenia made this one scrappy. There's a lot of good defense, a lot of block touches.
Yeah.
This game had rallies. And Italy came out on top just because, at least in my opinion, I think they just have the higher top players.
Yeah.
So when you want to rely on players to kind of carry games, that top end for Italy, Micheletto.
Yeah.
He did his thing. He scored a lot. He dominated the game, and Slovenia just doesn't have a star of that caliber.
Yeah.
Being one of the top players in the world, probably, I don't know. I consider him right up there at either 1A, 1B type level.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you have a player like that to rely on, makes you very good. That's tough for Slovenia, but they do have the chance to play in the not the semifinals.
The 3-4 final.
In the 3rd-4 match, and they played against Brazil. Brazil got their stuff together.
Yeah, another really tough team to play against. Yeah. So, again, I think Slovenia was kind of aiming high here, but they did what they can. They ended up finishing 4th. I think that is a great way to finish the VNL. I think you feel really confident as a country finishing off like that. But again, if Darlan isn't the one to do it, Allen is going to be the one to do it. So they got one of those guys that's going to pop off almost every game, I feel like. So
that's the power of having both of these right sides. It's OP, and Brazil actually got their game together after that loss to Poland.
Yeah, Allen was ready this time, and he brought it to him.
Yep, so that's their 3rd place finish, bronze medal for Brazil. And let's move on to the final, because this one, we have more to talk about because this one got crazy.
Yeah, I think the first set was just really good, close overall first set.
The first set was 100% a battle. This is what we came to watch.
Yeah, that was a really good first set. I think that's exactly what people were hoping for from the VNL finals. But that second set though.
So let's talk about it. The Italian assistant coach, when he gave in the roster or the lineup.
Yeah, someone from the coaching staff. I don't know who it was.
There's no way it was their head coach, but
let's just say the Italian coaching staff.
Yes.
Something happened there.
They mixed up where Micheletto and Gianelli are supposed to start. So instead of it being like outside lined up with outside and setter lined up with right side,
Opposite,
or an opposite.
or like opposite of each other.
Yeah. They got lined up with like each
They
other's.
switched them, yeah.
And Italy did not know what was going on at first. They were like, "Why are you calling us out of rotation?" All this. It put them down a little bit. Then they figured out that someone messed up, and it's a big mess up.
Yeah, this is the final, and again, it just makes everything so difficult to play.
Yeah.
And I think you could see it.
I think it got to them mentally.
There was a
100%.
there was a mental toll on them,
Yeah.
and I think the focus just wasn't there anymore. Mm-hmm. Like they were just fighting a crazy upwards battle at that point, and Poland didn't really miss a step. They took advantage of that for sure. So they ended up taking that second set in a pretty decent fashion, and then the third set I think it was already kind of doomed at that point.
Yeah, I think as soon as the mental started to go, like, if you look at the highlights, you can't really tell because Italy still has a lot of big attacks.
Yeah.
But I think with those big attacks, each one was coming with a lot of frustration and a lot of emotion behind it that you don't really want because when things are going poorly.
Yeah.
And you have to watch the full game to know how bad it looked for them mentally. I'm so confident that like Gianelli was, at the very least, Gianelli was tilted out of his mind.
Yeah, I don't know how much he was able to even play the game at that point with how he was feeling.
Yeah, or like you could really see the frustration from him.
Yeah.
And it just, Poland, by the way, was playing amazing.
Yeah. So this isn't like an excuse for Italy.
Yeah.
This just shows that Poland, they played who was in front of them. They took advantage of the situation. And, they didn't look back.
Yeah.
They ended this game pretty easily.
I think we got robbed of, like, potentially an all-time great game.
It could have been really good.
Yeah, if we got full power Poland versus this Italian team, it could have been something for the ages, at least in the VNL.
Yeah.
And now we got something for the ages in a bad way.
Yeah, it's tough. You already had the injury to Fornal, which already sucked. That already made whoever Poland was going to play in the final already just stink a little bit because Poland wasn't at... they just don't have Fornal. And then the whole thing with Italy and that second set and then that breakdown, it just made it a lot worse to watch.
Yeah.
And it definitely killed the momentum, right? Like, it slows the game down so much and it did not help Italy.
Yeah. It just ended up being bad. So I think that'll take us to the end of the talk for that. It was rough, but congratulations to Poland. Well deserved.
Yeah.
They're on a good run now. They've struggled with getting the gold medals sometimes in all these events, so it's good to see them get another. We can move on. Let's talk about the women. Oh, actually, no. I completely forgot that we need to discuss the dream team.
I didn't mind it, honestly. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Basically how the dream team works is that the FIVB, they decide on the top players from basically the
top four,
the semifinalists in the tournament.
It's usually like the top four teams.
Yeah, except then instead of like taking into account just like the top games, they take into account like all the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. But let's just read through it. For the setter, Simone Gianelli.
I don't think there's any argument there. I think you feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, don't mind that one at all. At opposite, we had Sasek from Poland.
This guy, Sasek, whatever, he balled out. So actually, I don't mind this one either. This one, he went crazy.
Yeah. Our outside hitters were Micheletto and Leon. Micheletto from Italy and Leon from Poland. Not too surprising. These are like two of the best outsides in the world. Micheletto, for me, top, and Leon right up there as well.
Yeah, some of the best players in the world, so.
Yeah, and they both had great performances.
Yeah, I don't mind this.
Yep. Then for the middle blockers, we had Jakub Kokonowski, who was also the MVP.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him.
Shout out a medal taking the MVP.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We don't really see that too often, so that's super sick. And then we also had Jan Kazmiernik from Slovenia as the other middle.
Yeah, he also balled out. I think he was a huge reason why Slovenia was even there in the first place. So I think it's a pretty cool shout out for him. I think it's really cool.
No. And then the libero was the Brazilian libero.
Sorry,
sorry with the names.
Yeah, the names are so hard.
Yeah. But
Reyes?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm so bad.
My bad. Our bad.
So bad with the names.
But another pretty deserving one, I think that's not bad.
I don't know.
I think the libs was kind of difficult though.
I
think the libs are always kind of hard actually.
Yeah.
For the men's, it's always so hard to tell.
I'm a fan of the Polish lib.
For sure, yeah. He's nuts.
I think Brazil, looking at it, Brazil didn't have any representation on any of the other Dream Team awards.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to, I mean, it's kind of just how the politics of it is.
Yeah.
You have to include someone from all the top teams.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't tell the full story of the VNL if they were missing, I guess, is the best way to put it. So.
Yeah, it's just, I personally would have had the Polish libero out there. I
That's
thought
fair.
he was nasty.
That's fair.
Nasty work.
That's fair.
But it happens.
Yeah.
But now we can move on to the women's. I think we've already gone through the women's a little bit, so we're going to be going through this one a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
So first match we had Italy versus USA. USA got 3-0'd. Italy, top team in the world. Yeah.
We expected it.
Yeah. Italy, they didn't even take this match too seriously, and the US got beat. So there you go.
Yeah.
Next, we have Poland versus China. This is a real banger matchup. 5-setter.
Yeah, this is crazy.
But it's just the young Chinese team, you know?
Too young.
Yeah. Couldn't win it out.
Yeah, Poland is so experienced. They have a lot of really great ballers over there.
This is also Poland at home.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's so hard to beat. The Polish crowd was going wild over
they
there.
were bumping.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can win that away.
Yeah. Then we had Brazil versus Germany, 3-0.
Expected.
Yeah, Brazil is also
so good.
Yeah, they're
So
disgustingly good. And then one of the more intense matchups, we had Japan versus Turkey, where it was a 3-2. Japan, they played like Japan, as always.
Yeah.
Or the more modified Japan now, where I guess, and they're not relying too much on defense and wearing the other team down. They're swinging.
Yeah, and it's different now too. Yoshino instead of Serena Koga. Mm-hmm. Congratulations on the baby. That's
on the way.
Kind of cool.
On the baby, on the way.
Yeah, that's really cool. But Japan, I mean, this was a game they really took it to Turkey here, and I think Turkey, you could kind of see the difficulty that they have, like roster wise. Like it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know what I would do either when you're the coach here.
Yeah,
it's so difficult when you have such great right sides.
Yeah, it's weird when you have Kerkert, who also got served off of the court.
Yeah.
So that is a big reason why Japan was able to pull.
Which is not necessarily her fault. She's played right side for so long that, how much service practice are you really going to get?
She doesn't even play outside for her club
That's what
season.
I'm saying, yeah. So how much can you really ask of her?
Yeah.
And then Baladin did not have a good game as well.
She actively had a bad game.
Yeah. I was trying to put it nicely, but yeah. So that just works against you even more. So.
Yeah.
But hey, they still somehow took it to 5.
I mean,
with all that, they took it to 5.
Yeah, they have a good team. It's just some of maybe the difference makers that they had didn't show up or showed up in a very negative way.
And that's how Japan kind of took advantage of that for sure.
Mm-hmm. But let's move on to the semifinals. First, we have another similar to the men's match. It's actually the same as the men's matchup.
Yeah.
We have Italy versus Poland, where this time Italy is the one 3-0-ing, and that's because they are the best team in the world.
Yeah, I think again this just makes sense. Italy's too good. It did not matter that Poland was playing at home here. Mm-hmm. Italy is just too insane.
Yeah.
Cannot stop them.
Yeah, Italy's broken, so
yeah. They win 3-0.
Yeah. Then the other semifinals, this is another banger. Japan just happens to do this all the time. They win some sets.
Yeah.
But they played against Brazil. They lost.
Yeah.
It was a 5-setter. Brazil, I mean,
they're so good.
You have Gabi, who I guess doesn't get tired. Meanwhile, the Japanese team, you could really tell that they were it felt like their offense was kind of starting to get on their last legs.
Yeah, it was more strained for sure.
Yeah.
I think just them having to deal with 2 really long games, mm-hmm. That's got to be tiring for them, and I think it kind of showed here.
Yeah. I mean, it just happens that way.
Yeah, but the unsung hero, I feel like, is Bergman. She came up so clutch with no Anna Christina. I think Bergman looked so good, and she really took a huge offensive load where usually you'd think Anna Christina would be doing it. And, Bergman has her moments in serve receive where she's not as good, but man, can she swing.
I generally think that during this playoff run, Bergman actually passed, better than her usual. So I think she did a really good job.
Yeah. Because I think that was kind of Japan's idea was they did that to Poland, or they did that to Turkey, and their idea was, let's do it as well. Let's target Bergman in serve receive, and let's serve pretty much every ball we can at her.
Yeah.
But she was passing up dimes, and it did not work for Japan.
And that'll take us to our bronze medal match, which was Poland versus Japan. Japan, still extremely tired, and this is Poland at home. So Poland came out on top 3-1. Not too surprising seeing how Japan was getting more tired. I think this one, you could really tell that they were getting tired.
Yeah, and even with their newer legs, right? Like I think Yoshino, Wada, and even Irene, I mean, she played last year as well. But I think just Mayu is the most accommodated. Ishikawa is most accommodated to this, and it's tough. You're playing Poland at home. That's a tough game.
I think it's also the Japanese style of play is pretty draining if you don't, and if the games get drawn out as they do, all these 5-setters.
Yeah,
it's really taxing on the body.
I mean, their rallies are, I swear to God, it's 20 seconds long.
Yeah, so yeah, you could kind of tell that they were getting a little weak, and Poland, they showed up. They were not trying to lose again in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, they really made sure that they got a dub.
Yeah, not to say they got embarrassed by Italy, but if you get beaten down like that,
let's be real though. Who wouldn't at this point in the world?
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
Speaking of who wouldn't, Italy and Brazil went 4 sets, and Brazil put up a fight.
Yeah, Brazil definitely made it close. I think people kind of knew that these were the top 2 teams going into it.
Yeah.
But I mean, Brazil without Anna Christina, and they still took it to 4. I think that you feel pretty good about that.
You have to just remember though that this was Italy with Paola Egonu having a bad game where she just had to get subbed out fully.
But hey, it doesn't matter when you have 2 of the best right sides in the world, man.
It's so dumb.
Antropova came in, and she literally looked like the best player in the world.
It was so dumb.
She was impossible to stop. She was getting so many blocks, and she was unstoppable on the court.
Yeah.
I think we kind of made a TikTok on this last week, but she scored 18 points, and she played 2 sets pretty much.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. It is disgusting. And they also didn't have Alice DeGrady. She got injured in, the second set, I think?
Yeah.
So she didn't even really play
She had
that
to leave
much.
the stadium, actually.
Yeah, so it was awesome what they were doing. I don't remember which player was holding her jersey the whole time, but she was holding it. They're kind of showing the love to DeGrady at least, which is really cool. But I think this just shows how great Italy is. And it really is, the 15-woman roster that they have? They had Nervini came in. She was so good, and she's 17? It's just broken that they got a teenager still, and she's playing on the best team.
No, I swear to God, they
okay.
have the 2 best teams in national teams in the world combined onto one team.
Yeah, it's just OP.
It's so gross how good they are.
Yeah, Oro, De Janeiro, some of the best at their positions, if not the best.
Yeah.
You have Ikonu, Antropova. DeGrady is no one to sniff at. She's so good. Oh my God. Scylla is also so good. Yeah. Their whole team is so damn good, man.
No, yeah.
They're OP. Brazil, I think you saw Gabby. She tried her best.
Yeah. It was literally just...
Julia was amazing this whole tournament. I think she was definitely one that Brazil has to feel good about, that she's just... she's absolutely balling.
I think she tied the VNL record for most blocks, across the tournament.
Yeah.
So
I
think that's a cool thing. Props to her. I'm a fan of Julia, so...
Yeah.
Sick.
Also, Gabby was getting some crazy blocks in this match too, actually.
Also, Gabby was getting heated. I think she not got missed set, but some of the sets didn't go to her. And after those plays, Gabby literally just went, "Give me the ball."
Yeah, I think she knew that was the way that they were gonna
Yeah.
try to win. I'm gonna say that nicely.
Yeah, but
that was the best chance that they had.
It worked. Everyone realized, like, you know what? Like, this is the only way that Brazil can win. Just give Gabby the goddamn ball.
Yeah. And, hey, I mean, her efficiency ended up being 0 because it was 10 kills, 10 errors. But I think that was the best shot that they had, was getting her the ball as much as you can. Because you want your best player to try and impact the game as much.
I mean...
but Italy is just...
Yeah. Italy's just really, really good.
It's not fair.
So,
it's not fair.
Yeah. No knocks to Gabby this game. Honestly, I only have praise for her.
Yeah, I mean, I think she kind of showed that she's that good when I mean, you're missing Anna Cristina and she's able to kind of hang with a broken Italy team. Like, it's crazy.
Yep. But now let's talk about the dream team. Now that we've talked about all the playoffs,
you can guess what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, very Italy heavy, shocking. But best setter, you have Alessia Oro, Italy.
She is so good, man.
Yep.
And when we did that draft, I absolutely trolled. I should have taken Oro.
It's so dumb.
She's so good, man.
That's who I would have taken if I had the first pick.
She's so good.
I just didn't have the first pick.
She was so good.
Yep. But then best opposite, I think this is obviously not just based on the final game.
No.
Because
it's not
couldn't
fair.
be. We have Paola Egonu, also from Italy. Mm-hmm. Our outside hitters are Miriam Silla from Italy.
She was so good.
And Gabby from Brazil, of course.
I don't think there's any question about these. I think Paola Egonu maybe if you're considering the final game, but
yeah,
if you're considering how she did in the playoffs and everything, you kind of have to give that to her.
Dominant. But then to the middle blockers, we have Julia from Brazil and Kroneluk from Poland.
Again, I don't think there's any argument here to me, at least.
Yeah.
I like these. I like these picks.
Yeah. And then best libero and MVP, we have Monica De Janeiro.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
The Lib getting the MVP is sick.
Yeah. I mean, she is really, really like that. Best libero in the world.
Yeah.
So
a small getting it. A bro getting the MVP is so sick.
Yeah. Never thought it was gonna happen, but here we are.
Yeah.
And I think she deserved it.
Yeah, you can tell her impact on the game, which sometimes is harder to tell unless it's like flashy plays for a lib. But kind of sometimes it's like good if you don't notice them.
Yeah.
Because that means that they're doing their job perfectly. And it's like perfect passes, getting digs every time.
Nah, she's also getting some disgusting digs.
It doesn't have to be flashy, but she also happens to make really flashy plays too.
Yeah.
But she's so good. I think that one made sense. It's awesome that she got the MVP.
Yeah. I mean, she's just too good.
Yeah.
But that's it for our playoff talk. Now let's just move on to VNL as a whole. Let's give some general thoughts. Let's start with the men's. First off, I want to talk a little bit about Brazil and how they kind of, I would say, after the preliminary phase, it felt like they underperformed.
Yeah, I think you look at a number 1 seed team, I think you would kind of hope that they're really in that late season, or at least in the playoff bracket. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say, like, went wrong, though.
I think Kachopa started to get a little bit more predictable, and I'm not sure if that was like something out of like kind of like desperation or was game plan or something, but his middle sets weren't working out, so the Brazilian middles weren't getting too many looks.
Yeah.
And when the looks were being made, they kind of got stuffed.
Yeah, I think that definitely hurt them, I would say. I think predictability for the setter is definitely really tough. But yeah, besides that, though, like, it's kind of weird to, like, it's kind of hard to say what really was the problem for them. But,
yeah.
Hey, I mean, they definitely underperformed. Like, I would say they underperformed as well, but they still ended up getting a bronze here.
Yeah, I mean,
which isn't that crazy.
I guess it's tough to get 3-0'd by Poland.
Yeah.
But let's just move on. Let's talk about Italy, because we've talked about a lot of their teams. We talked about Italy a bunch. I think the only words I want to say for this is what could have been if that one little mistake didn't happen in the finals.
Yeah, I know. They definitely had a chance. That was my prediction too, man. My prediction was to get Italy.
Double Italy.
For women's and men's. Ugh, it's so sad, but I think in all seriousness, Italy was definitely a team that was, you could see that they're so good.
Yeah.
And Micheletto is really,
he's him,
like, one of the best players in the world. Yeah. So
I mean, your prediction is better than my double Brazil. I got nothing. But now let's move on to a real big one where we can actually have a little bit of discussion. We have France. And they definitely underperformed. I think even generally all tournament, you kind of want to look at, I mean, obviously they're missing some key pieces.
Yeah, Grebenikov, Ingapeth. Grebenikov did play, but
Yeah, but not the whole tournament.
yeah.
I don't think anyone played the whole tournament for them.
Yeah.
Of anyone that was like from their Olympic team like that.
Yeah.
Besides Klevno, but Klevno had a bad playoffs as well.
Yeah, he wasn't as electric as he was during the Olympics. And
Even
VNL
just
last year, so
even just the VNL preliminary phase is
Yeah.
better than what we got during the playoffs.
yeah. And it was just that one game, but hey, that one mattered a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I just always had France just at the top, and here we are.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the standard that they've set recently is
Yeah.
that they are always competing for that number one spot.
But maybe we can expect some bigger things out of them during the World Championships.
Yes, I think that's what they're looking forward to now. Is like a kind of like a rebound, I guess.
Yeah. And then next, let's talk about China. One of the bigger surprises.
I feel pretty good about China, honestly.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, Lee Yongjun is insane as a middle blocker. If there's like something, I don't know what you want to call it. Like people probably want to call it like the Great Wall or whatever.
Yeah.
But low key, it kind of fits right now
it
with how
kinda-
good the
it
blocking
is.
is from him.
Yeah.
And China as a whole has become like a really good, like methodical blocking team.
Yeah.
They're nuts with the blocking, at least.
Yeah. No,
I
the
give that to them.
The Chinese growth is like actually here, and
It's
a
awesome.
lot of credit to Vital Heinen.
Yeah.
I think he's been doing good work with them. And just to remind you guys, this is China without their best player.
Yeah.
Their best player is an outside. I forget his name at the moment, but he got injured like at the end of the club season.
Yeah.
So he didn't play any of this.
Yeah.
And he's nasty. Like he is actually world class.
Yeah.
And if we saw China with them, people might I mean, they probably wouldn't have been at the very bottom of the standings.
No.
But they would have been a legit, like, I mean, they probably still would have lost, but they would have done pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, you'd look at
the
them to be
playoffs.
like 5, 6 maybe even.
Or at the very least, legitimately making playoffs
Yeah.
instead of getting the host buff.
Yeah.
But now we can talk about Poland, best team in the world. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think Italy kind of gave them a little bit of a run, but I think Poland definitely showed that they're world class. They got a really stacked team. They're really deep, so they're still really that good.
Yeah. And then to Slovenia, another amazing team. They're just super scrappy, and yeah, they just are able to force these top teams into being a little bit more uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
think that's what happened with France. And I mean, some teams can handle it better than others, obviously because Slovenia lost. But no, Slovenia is good.
Yeah, I mean, they took it to a lot of these really good teams, and I think you feel pretty good about it if you're Slovenia, so definitely looking good. World champs, you feel pretty good, hopefully, as well.
Yeah. And then let's talk about Ukraine, because this is their first VNL, and they showed up.
I know, they were legit. They're like super legit.
I think everyone probably expected Ukraine to kind of really be at the bottom, because obviously new team.
Yeah.
No one really
They
knows
got
who they are.
10, man.
Yeah, they're good. No, Ukraine is good, especially in a tournament with this much parity. I mean, 10 is the same thing as being in the playoffs almost.
Yeah, they were right there.
So, yeah. No, they're super good. Ukraine, I think, is going to be staying in the VNL for a while to come.
Yeah, they definitely have that.
And let's talk about the most popular player in the world, maybe, at least in the US. We have Bulgaria with the Nikolov brothers.
Yeah,
They're good.
they're really good. I think it's so tough, though, that they are legitimately leaning on those two. And then they got the captain
Yeah.
for that team. So it's kind of like 3-man team, kind of, that are like really taking
They're-
the heavy load.
I'll say the right side started to show up a little bit more
Yeah.
towards the end there, but yeah, I mean, in terms of looking at their top tier talent,
That's definitely what they're leaning on right now. And hey, I think with the way that they're playing, Alex and Moni both can just be getting better as well. So
No, they got so much room to improve.
Yeah, I
and
think they
just
can both
become
get a lot
top
better.
players in their positions.
Yeah, I mean, Moni also got hurt a little bit too. He
Yeah.
had that crazy ankle roll. So
Yeah, and then he came back to play anyways.
yeah.
Crazy.
So Bulgaria is definitely a team that I don't think you have to worry about, but you would want to keep your eye on. Just you want to see how those brothers are doing.
You're gonna want to see those highlights at the very least.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. But now let's talk about the relegated team. We have the Netherlands. They're gone. They had no Namir, and
Yeah.
that's a pretty big difference maker. I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, but it gave him a better chance.
Yeah, you would have hoped that, or you would at least like to think that if he was playing that they wouldn't be relegated right now, but
Yeah, but
I don't know.
This is the same position as him and
Yeah.
was the one to step up, so maybe it's just the rest of the Netherlands team, you know?
Yeah, it's so hard to kind of gauge how this goes, but it's tough to see him go when you know that great players are on that team. But hey, that's just how it is, man. Someone's gotta get relegated, I guess.
No, I became a fan of IE through this stuff. And the promoted team, it's Belgium. We don't really know too much about them,
But that's awesome though.
yeah.
It's kind of sick that now they got both teams in there. That's gonna be really cool.
We'll find out a little bit more next year, so
Yeah.
we'll see. And now let's talk about a couple of the women's teams. It's kind of be the same kind of quick run through. First, let's start off with Italy, best team in the world, and like I said, it's like they have two of the best freaking national teams combined into one.
Yeah. What is it? 27 matches now in a row or something like that? It's something crazy.
Yeah. I think they start before the playoffs. They're at 24,
Yeah.
so they're at like 27.
They're
now.
like actually on a historic run of just a historic team in general being so good and that much better than the rest of the world.
If they don't lose during World Championships either, which is starting in like 2.5, 3 weeks, by the way.
It's soon.
So if they don't lose a match there either, oh my god,
disgusting.
This team is going down in volleyball history. I mean, it already is, but
Yeah.
this team, we may have to end up looking at it like the Jordan Bulls or like.
I mean, they're nasty.
Yeah,
I think the only worry for them is like if they are playing too much, if injuries can build up and that can stack up on them. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like that yet, but it's possible. I mean,
that's just how
DeGrady
volleyball
went
is.
down. It wasn't really because of that, but yeah. I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen, but I think that's just something that you have to take into account.
It's also
when
that
they're playing so much.
I feel like the team is just so deep that they can load manage a little bit more, especially with World Championships. We'll get into it maybe a week or two from now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more teams in the World Championships, so the pools are a little easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll have some games where you won't have to worry too much about playtime. But now let's talk about Brazil. I mean, second best team in the world.
Yeah.
So Gabby is Gabby.
I think this is just another thing. Like, no Anna Christina, and they were right there. Like, they were kind of within puncher's distance, but like very optimistically thinking.
Yeah, I don't think it would have made the full difference, but
No, I don't think they would have won either. But it would have
been a
been
closer.
closer.
Match. Yeah.
Is
For sure.
at least what you can say. And I think that, again, is kind of showing how good Brazil has been. They've kind of been that, like, 1, 2, 3 for so long now. They've
Yeah.
just been that good for so long.
Yeah.
It really is impressive, but they're still right there.
Yeah.
They are still right there.
I think they're very firmly in that number 2 spot.
Yeah, I would say so.
And then let's talk a little bit about Poland, where, I feel like it used to just be the men's team where they were so dominant, and now the women's team is right up there with them.
They are nice.
Yeah.
They are so good. And this is not even talking about their home court advantage, I guess. But man, I mean, their team is very deep. Like the players that they have, they're so good, and there's so many of them now. Like I think they're a really well-rounded team. Where, hey, they're also kind of in that top 5 almost all the time now for sure. So they're definitely really good.
Poland is legit, and we're gonna again be looking at them in the World Championships. And now a big team to talk about, just because a lot of things changed for them. We got Japan.
Yeah.
Fielded a younger team, very new team, and they showed up pretty well.
Yeah, they're a really young team, actually.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them are really young. But I think Mayu Ishikawa, she kind of took the reins of this team, took the captain position, and hey, they did come out of the VNL at the beginning smoking hot. They were like undefeated. They were going crazy.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just came back down to reality. But they're still one of those really good teams. So again, I think they're my favorite team to watch. But they're still up there. They're still really good.
I think with their new system, they're really going to become a lot more dangerous when they get fully adjusted to it, because their swings are a lot better now, and they're not just relying on these long rallies completely.
Yeah, they can do both actually.
Yeah, it does happen because it's still Japan at the end of the day.
They're gonna play good defense.
Yeah, but they are truly swinging, and they are being a lot more terminal now. They're not just relying on too many errors.
Yeah, and I think what I love now is I think the middle play has leveled up for them. I mean, they're running slides. I think their middles are just a lot more aggressive now. They're really physical, so I think it's really cool to see. I think that's something that has helped them kind of take a little extra leap.
I think they'll always struggle with that blocking side of the middle end, because I think, you can be fast, but other teams run fast offenses too, which is unfortunate. I think that'll be the one thing that Japan needs to really take it to the next level.
Yeah, and I don't really know if they're ever going to get that realistically. I think Irie has definitely come into her own.
But she's still small.
Yeah, she's still smaller compared to other middles.
Yeah,
but
the other countries just have giants.
Yeah, that are also really athletic.
Yeah.
But hey, I think Japan's always like a really good shoo-in for one of those top teams.
Yeah, the pin play is insane.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But speaking of young teams, we got to talk about China, because this is a young team.
Yeah, I said young team for Japan. This is the real young team.
They are running a team of kids.
Yeah, they got like 16-year-olds.
Yeah, they literally have a team of children.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. When they were like born in like 2008, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, just the setter. Oh my God.
The middle, the outsides, they're all so young and they're all so good.
I mean, I'm just still stuck up. I think everyone is, but about the 16-year-old setter.
Yeah.
Acting like one of the best setters in the world. And then, just thinking about like 16-year-olds we have here in the US, like,
they're good, but I mean, come on.
They're not doing this. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, China has such a bright future ahead of them. What the heck?
Yeah, I think they're really a team that, like, again, I don't know how realistic their ceiling is.
Yeah.
But right now, you don't know yet. I have no idea. And I think they're definitely one of those teams that, again, you kind of have to, like, just keep your eye on, just see how they do, because they're a really exciting team.
Yeah, the ceiling is high.
It's crazy high.
The ceiling is high.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny that they're for at least for this roster, their ceiling may come after say like Italy's, Brazil's. They'll probably be on the down when all of these players are reaching their prime.
Yeah. I think that's definitely a possibility. And hey, you don't know what could happen from, I mean, like 6 years, like the next Olympic cycle after LA, like
and the 32 Olympics.
Yeah, that might be crazy. I don't know.
China might be the favorites there.
They might be there. They might be owning.
Yeah, but now we've been singing a lot of praises. Let's get back down. We're talking about Turkey now.
Yeah, this one was tough. This was so tough. I think their finish in the playoffs kind of encompasses how I felt about Turkey. They're really good, but I think they're still missing something.
Yeah, they're also just so inconsistent, and it just sucks when your two best players are the same position.
And you can't flex it. It's too hard to do that. It's kind of impossible because they very much fit the same mold of player.
Yeah.
Of like a really physical right side that, I mean, you don't really want to rely on them to play any defense. Yeah. You just want them to go up there and swing really hard and score points.
Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea what the future is for that. I don't know how to fix that.
Again, it's so tough. I do not envy the coach. This is going to be really difficult on like how you navigate to make this team better.
Yeah, it's like literally just focusing on Karakurt's passing.
Yeah, if that's even I guess that is like the way to go, I guess. But it's so difficult.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's just tough. But speaking of right sides, let's go on to Serbia, because this team had some of the lowest lows and also some of the highest highs.
Yeah, this team is so weird to gauge. I don't even know how to like.
Basically, they looked so bad. Not so bad. They didn't look good. They looked like they deserved that bottom spot.
Yeah.
Without Boskovic.
Yeah.
And then Boskovic joins the team, and suddenly they're like a top-level team again.
Yeah, I think that like, and we did this whole talk about the right sides for the World, and Boskovic is like such a crazy player to gauge. especially when you look at this VNL. Like, this really shows how important she is to that team, where she can make them look really, really good when she's on that team. But when she's not there, that team is, you can tell they're missing a huge part of their game.
I mean, their trajectory would have been playoff bound if she was playing the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, we won't be able to know that, but with the way they looked so good.
And at the very least, she saved them from relegation. So.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about relegation. It's Korea. After their kind of golden generation left at once, basically.
Yeah, I think it's kind of expected that this is going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know if they're ever going to get back into the VNL, honestly.
It's hard to say.
I think the European nations are probably just going to be too strong.
Yeah, I mean...
Unless they have another Kim Young-kong
I don't know.
Through, but...
I think they're kind of just TBD. You don't really know. But as of right now, no, they're not going to be back in.
Yeah, so... Yeah, see you later, Korea, and welcome, Ukraine. Getting more Ukraine representation here, and again, now we got back-to-back years where a Ukrainian team is joining the VNL, and hopefully we see good things from them as well.
Yeah. With what happened with the men's team, I don't know what the heck to expect with the women's team now.
Especially with all, a lot of things going on in the world, it's good to see them succeeding like this.
Yeah, this is awesome to see, and it's cool that they're able to kind of put some focus back into sports.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely something really cool.
And really, represent their country. I know it means a lot to them.
Yeah.
So that does it for our VNL talk. Pretty much all wrapped up, but national team season is not over. We have the World Championships, and like we said, for the women, it's in 3 weeks. For the men, it's in a month and a half.
Yeah. Volleyball is gearing up. We have a little bit of a break right now, but then in 3 weeks also is the women's season is starting.
So
there's just so much volleyball going on.
A lot of prep to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to talk about that we want to talk about leading into those 2 big events. I think that's going to be really awesome, but we'll definitely get into it.
Yep. But now let's go into the rally round. Welcome to the rally round, where we play our drafts, blind rankings, and other very fun games. This week, we brought the drafts back. We brought back a favorite for the men's that we did. We're building teams with $21 budget. We'll put it up on the screen so you guys can look at it. But this was one of our most fun drafts that we did for the men's, and it'll be super fun for the women's.
Yeah, that was postseason. This one is preseason this time.
Yep. And we'll do another one as we get to postseason.
Yeah. So this is draft battle, and then we'll also do a combined team later.
Yep. So let's start off with the draft battle. Let's draft NCAA women's teams using $21. And I have the first pick this time. And for my first pick, I'm going to take the best offensive middle we have in the game. I'm taking Andy Jackson.
Okay.
Let me spend the $5. Why not?
I respect that. Andy Jackson is actually insane. She's so good in the middle right now. I mean, she's arguably the best middle in the country. I mean, offensively, defensively, she does everything. So
yeah,
I do not hate that. I do not hate that from you. For me, ooh man, this is hard.
It's tough.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take one of my favorite players. I think she's so good, and she'll be able to impact the game for my team in all facets. I'm taking Harper Murray.
We're just drafting Nebraska early, you know how it goes.
Oh, I'm not done yet. For the setter, I'm taking Bergen Riley. Bergen is so good as well. I actually kind of like this because she is very physical at the net as well. I think that can definitely be a bonus for me. And she can run a good offense. So
let's just continue on the Nebraska train. For my opposite, I'm taking Virginia Adriano.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with Italy A1.
That's true. She's got to be good, right? I mean, she has to be. There's no way. She's going to be insane.
There have been some clips of her coming out just at practices.
Yeah.
She looks like she's doing some crazy work just casually. So I'm hoping this works out for me.
That's true.
And then I have to look at my budget again, just to be sure, guys. Let's keep it budget with my picks so far. Let's go Jayla August from Florida as my other middle.
For one of my middles, I'm going to take Kara Cressy.
Good pick.
Get a dominant middle for me. And then I think for my lib, I'm going to take Ramsey Gary here.
Okay. For my outside, I got to take Mimi Collier. I'm a huge fan, and I think at $3, it's a steal.
She's really good.
Yeah. And then another player I'm a big fan of, I got to take Chloe Chacoin from Louisville. Well, formerly of Purdue, now at Louisville. Another really, really good pick if I'm trying to go a little bit more budget.
Yeah, she can definitely do it all. Taking your outsides. Well, for me, I'm gonna keep the Nebraska train going. I'm gonna take Rebecca Alec.
There you go.
I think she's kind of been like low-key underrated at this point. I think people have gotten so enamored of Andia Jackson.
True.
They kind of forget that Rebecca Alec is also very, very good as a middle.
The middle blocker duo is nuts.
Yeah, and has so many weapons on that team that sometimes she just doesn't get set that much.
Yeah.
And then for my last outside spot, I'm going to take Elia Rubin.
Good pick.
A really good kind of do-it-all outside as well for Stanford. She's going to be a go-to player for that team. She's going to do everything.
All right, now to my last two picks. I think I had them set in stone already with my last ones, but for my setter, I'm going to go Izzy Stark, the best setter in NCAA.
She's nuts. She is nuts.
Reigning champion, so I love it. And then for my libero, that means I'm getting Maya Sands from Mizzou. Again, I think she's going to be insane this season.
And that leaves my last player to be Malaya Jones, who transferred into SMU from Colorado State. I think she's going to make big waves for SMU.
And let's just go over our teams real quick, read them out so you guys remember. For my setter, I have Izzy Stark. My outsides are Mimi Collier and Chloe Chacoin. For my middles, I have Andy Jackson and Jayla Auguste. My opposite is Virginia Adriano. And my libero is Maya Sands.
For me, my setter is going to be Bergen Riley. My outsides are Elia Rubin and Harper Murray. My middles are going to be Kara Cressy and Rebecca Alec. My opposite is Malaya Jones. And then my libero is going to be Ramsey Gary from Texas.
All right, you guys let us know who you think won or if either of us kind of butchered this draft.
Yeah, did anyone sell?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
I think we got two pretty stacked teams.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams are going to be really nasty. And there's a lot of players that kind of got slept on here. I think there's some pretty crazy ones that didn't get picked. That it depends.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
got National Player of the Year that didn't get picked here. That one's big, but
Kennedy Martin not getting picked. You know,
that's also huge.
Two of the favorites for getting National Player of the Year.
Logan Lednicky's right there too.
Yeah,
right sides wise.
Yeah.
Charlie Furbringer is definitely like a crazy budget option here. She was really good as a freshman too.
I mean, neither of us took Brooklyn DeLay or Tori Stafford, the two $5 options there. Bree Kelly's another big snub. Ifena Kazapala. I get a lot of these expensive options we just didn't lean towards, I guess.
Jillian Grimes was so nails. Molly Tuzzo even was so good. A lot of tough picks here.
Yeah. It's tough when the budget's this low.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. And speaking of the budget, it's time for us to make our combined team. We're going to figure it out a little bit and we'll get right back to you. Can you beat our NCAA women's team built with $21?
So I feel like you made a good decision when you made your team. I think Izzy Stark has to be the setter here.
Easy.
She is too good, and I think she's just an all-around great player that she's going to affect the game in so many ways. Mm-hmm. I think the middles, we can definitely splurge here. I think there's really good middles here.
These should be our big spending positions.
Yeah.
So for our middles, we're going to take Andy Jackson and Kara Cressy.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really physical. They're both really tall.
Yeah.
I think that kind of helps us out in both blocking and offensively. They're going to be
we're pretty stacked.
Yeah. I think the easy one for us is also take the budget option the opposite, get Virginia Adriano.
Yeah. I mean, $1 is just a steal.
Yeah, again, we have not seen how she plays, so we kind of, when we made the chart, you kind of dock her a little bit because we haven't seen her play yet.
Yeah, even though we know she's playing.
She's going to be insane.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of just fair to give the other women that have played in the NCAA so far kind of that respect.
Yeah, but we're giving enough respect to put on this list.
Yes.
So
we're taking her, and we feel real good about that at $1.
Yeah, and right now we're actually at $15 spent right now, so we kind of have to. Wait, are we at 15? All right, we just had a little bit of discussion how to work our budget, but we got something real fun working out. And for our outsides, we're gonna take Chloe Chacoin and Eva Hudson.
Make the teammates again.
Yep, get that Purdue duo back together, and I think they proved that they're really good.
Yeah, I mean, they can definitely work together really well. And this team that we're putting them with is stacked.
Yep. And to round out that passing core, that only leaves us with $1 anyways. We're going to take Ramsey Gary from Texas.
She's absolute nails. We feel really good about that. And with the passing from our outsides, service is going to be real nice.
We got a defensive unit here.
Yeah.
And then you better watch out for those middles.
Yeah, we got the blocking. We got the blocking to kind of match that.
No, this team is stacked. I mean, let us know if you guys think you can build a team better than this, but I feel like we got a real strong one.
I think we cooked. I think we cooked.
Next, we have roster predictions. So now we're starting off this time with something a little bit more local to us, a little bit more home. We got Rutgers. So that's going to be big.
Yeah, kind of funny. I feel like we've interacted with a lot of people that have seen our stuff.
Yeah.
And that you get like surprised that we're actually in this area. But yeah, Rutgers is definitely a close school. So
it's going to be one where we go to a bunch of games to we're gonna see all the players.
Yeah, we're going to try and get some coverage of them. Hopefully we can collab with Rutgers. Please.
But who's going to be your starting 7 for Rutgers?
So Rutgers, it was kind of funny because I actually have watched them a good amount here.
Yeah.
But it is a little difficult. I think there were some big moves for this team, but they're also very young as well. And they're playing in a really stacked Big Ten conference that I think just got even better. So I think a big question, even to start off with, is a 6-2 or 5-1. I think that's going to be something that coach is going to want to address here. But to me, I think what it looks like right now, Ali Bareilles, she got a little bit more of the time as a setter. But Lily Bowen also is setting a lot as well. It's kind of a toss-up to me. I think it's whoever's performing a little bit better, they're probably going to get the start. And then if they run a 6-2, then it won't matter. I think Ali has gotten more experience as a senior setter, and she's a little bit taller as well. And then Lily, she was a freshman, but she had a lot of impact actually for this team. I think she kind of did everything, even not just setting. She was also serving pretty well, and she was also defending. For the outsides, I threw in Lexi Vicentine here. I think she was really fun to watch. She kind of has really grown a lot as a walk-on player. I think it's so amazing. But she kind of evolved from a DS kind of outside role into she's also hitting as well now. She's also hitting now, and she's been doing really well. I think she's like a really good utility player. I think that's kind of what coach has been praising her about, is that she can do pretty much everything. So she'll definitely look at to be playing 6 rotations going into her senior year. And then next, she had a really strong freshman campaign, Avery Jesuits. She had a really good kind of season to start off with as an outside, and I think you kind of saw that to work her way into a stronger and bigger role can she play 6 rotations? I think that's kind of the bigger thing for her. I think her passing has been decent, but I think that's something that coach probably would want to see her improve on for her to actually make that jump. But for now, I think she can still be starting on that outside. And then for the middles, I have Zora Hardison. She was a junior starting middle from last year, she was a starting middle from last year as well. And she had a pretty good season for the Knights. I think she was pretty good in like kind of being able to do everything for them. She totaled 158 kills and 89 blocks. I think that's really good stats and numbers for her. And then the other middle, Natalie Robinson. She's another strong freshman from last year, where I think she's going to look to have a little bit of a bigger role and improve on what she did last year. Because she didn't play the whole time, but she definitely had a really good amount of playing time. It was kind of crazy. She had 127 kills and 123 blocks.
That's a lot of blocks.
She was getting a lot of touches. It was a lot of block assists. So she was definitely there. She's definitely manning that front row. And then for the opposite, this one was really difficult. From trying to replace Alyssa Kinkilla, she was the go-to hitter for that team last year. I think it's definitely going to be really difficult. For now, I put Emma Grubinov. She's a redshirt freshman, where she's from Serbia, and she's really tall. I think she's like 6'4". She's really physical as a pin hitter. Maybe she can kind of try and fill that role where you don't give her as much responsibility. She doesn't have to do as much in defense and serve receive, and you let her just go out and swing. Now, it's a little bit difficult. I think there are some other pin options there, but for now, I kind of just put her in there. The lib, this one was easy. Kenzie Derstad, she was so good. She was the captain of the team as a sophomore last year. I think that's pretty amazing that you can even do that. And she's the lib, so she's going to be that captain again for sure. And she definitely commanded that back row with some really good serve, receive, and defense. I think she did both really well. And the DS role, I think Allie Dutton, she already played a good amount. She was, again, in that freshman class that was so good last year. So I think she'll definitely have some playing time here as well. A fun one to me is Lauren Wilcock. She's actually from New Jersey. She's a New Jersey native. She transferred from Washington to Rutgers for her graduate season, and I think she's doing biomedical sciences or something like that, which is pretty cool that she's doing both. So shouts out to her. And also crazy, she's transferring from playing on the beach into playing indoor. I don't know how that's going to translate. I think it's pretty cool. And hopefully we get to see her playing a little bit, kind of maybe in a DS role as well. That would be really awesome. I think Rutgers is going to have a tough time in such a really good conference in the Big Ten. But I think Coach Schleihofer, she's got Rutgers kind of going in the right direction here. I think the funding has gotten better. So they even went to travel to Europe, and they got to play a couple games over there, which is really cool. So I think we're on the up here, but still definitely tough. I think they'll be a sneaky team, at least in the Big Ten. We'll see.
I think there's a good space opening up in the Big Ten for them to kind of jump up a little bit more with some of the other Big Ten programs losing a lot of their top players, transferring out. I think Rutgers could start finding their way up the rankings.
Yeah, and I think it helps when you're such a young team that, I mean, you're bringing them all back and they're just going to get better. So I think that's definitely the hope, is that these young players are going to take another step. And Rutgers, hopefully, on the up as well.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. But now we got one more roster prediction for you. This time we're doing SMU.
Yeah, SMU is definitely another team that has been, I think, low-key slept on, at least for this transfer portal.
Yeah, not too much talked about them, but...
Because I think they just had such a crazy year last year that I think that kind of overshadowed. And there were so many other disgusting moves in the transfer portal.
The transfer portal just got crazy in general this year, so they got kind of lost in the shuffle. But
SMU got some transfers.
Yeah, let's get into it. So who's going to be your starting 7 for SMU?
Again, I'll just repeat it. SMU definitely is getting slept on from the transfer portal. They had a crazy transfer portal, and you'll see it. There's a lot of new faces here, but there are a lot of good players coming in. For the setter, she left Texas. She's coming in for SMU. Avery Carlson. She's returning to Texas now, or she's staying in Texas. She's a senior transfer from Baylor and Texas, and she had a lot of experience. I think that can help bring this SMU team, kind of keeping them very competitive, even with graduating a lot of players and bringing in new faces. She'll be able to run a pretty good offense. It'll be really solid. And she's also on the preseason All-ACC team. I think that definitely is just showing the level of players that SMU was able to bring in. One of the OHs, Jaden Livings. I actually saw her play in person a little bit, which is really cool. Sophomore transfer from USC after having a really strong freshman showcase where she actually did a little bit of everything. She was 3rd in total points, and she didn't actually play every match. I think she only played, 79 sets when there's probably like 130. So she didn't play that. She didn't play every single set, but she was definitely making an impact for the team. So I think she's here to build on that at SMU. And then at the other outside, I have Madison Shear. She's a senior transfer from Auburn that was the leading point scorer for that team. And I think she's also trying to look to make some big impact on a really strong, reloaded SMU roster. I also just had to mention her, Gentry Lamarand. She was a key piece from last year's great team. She's a team captain. Even if she didn't play that much, I think she's going to be a big voice for this team. And again, I think a really good leader. For the middles, another transfer, Favor Anyanwu. She's a sophomore transfer from USC as well, so that her and Jaden came together. And she had a really good season as well, kind of fitting into a larger group of middles that were at USC. But I think she can fill in this bigger role at SMU and kind of look to make a big impact in the ACC. And she also was given preseason All-ACC honors for that team. The other middle is Natalia Newsom. She's a sophomore that was from SMU from last year, but she's looking to play a bigger role now after a bunch of graduates. And she was also one that kind of went viral for touching 11 feet, which is insane. She's 5'10", so that means she had a 41-inch vert. I don't know if they're gassing it up, but it's pretty insane. I want to see what she can do on the floor.
Those numbers are so gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting. When you see the video, you should look up the video. it looks insane because they have it next to the hoop. It looks pretty crazy. But this is the biggest transfer, or arguably the biggest transfer. I think Avery Carlson is huge too. But for the opposite, Malaya Jones, she's transferred over from Colorado State. She was 5th in total kills in the NCAA with 567, which is insane. And she was also an All-American honorable mention, preseason All-ACC team as well. So they had 3 of those. And she's also on the AVCA National Player of the Year watch list. So she's definitely going to be a big player for this team and can definitely make this team be really competitive. And for the libero, it's a little more difficult here for me, but I put Jordan Schilling for now. She was a senior transfer from High Point, and I think I saw her play lib during one of the spring games. I'm not really sure. It's kind of hard to see. I couldn't really find those, but she was the libero of that conference with 543 digs and 142 assists. So it can kind of show that she can do both. She can set out of system as well. With a lot of experience too, being that she's a senior and she played a lot at High Point, I think we'll be able to see how she can adjust to a tougher conference in the ACC. And the other one is DS, or maybe the lib, is Mia Silva. I think I also saw that a little bit during the spring games. She was a sophomore. She didn't play last year, but I think in the spring game she was able to play a little bit as lib, and I think she'll also be able to compete for that spot or just come in as DS as well. I think SMU was definitely slept on. I think there was just a lot of other crazy big names that were going around in the transfer portal, but I think they got 2 of the bigger names, Avery Carlson and Malaya Jones. I think those are really big pickups, and they got a really good team coming in. So I think SMU may not have as great of a year as last year, where it's super electric. They kind of came out of nowhere, but I think SMU will still be really good here.
No, they're going to be strong for sure.
Yeah, I think they got 10th in the preseason coaches poll, something like that. So
yeah, somewhere in there, but
they're
just
right
getting
there.
in there is insane.
Yeah.
But now let's move on to our next game. We're doing Guess the Stat. We're keeping it to NCAA women's as that season is coming up. So can you name the top 5 returning NCAA women's leaders in total blocks?
Oh my God. It's tough. I do know that Raven Colvin was blocking the hell out of it, but she graduated. So
yeah.
Kara Cressy.
Kara Cressy, she's tied for number 2. So we have a tie. She has 177 blocks from last year.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I knew she was blocking, but that when you say the number, it sounds insane.
Yeah.
With what, like 30 matches maybe or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's pretty nuts.
It's a lot of blocks.
Andy Jackson.
Andy Jackson did not make the list.
Wow.
I don't think she was particularly known for her blocking fully. I don't think she even made the top 50.
Bree Kelly?
She just missed out. She had 155. So she's close.
Wow. That's a lot of blocks and she's not in there.
I'll let you know that some of these are going to be tough. They're from smaller conferences. But there's one from a top team, I think, that you could get.
Fena Kasapala?
She did not make the list. She was also very close with 161. So she's right outside of it.
Yeah, she's also really close.
Yeah.
Brooke Baltima from Kentucky?
Brooke Baltima did not make the list. I think we haven't covered this team yet, if that helps you out a little bit. She's returning for her redshirt senior season.
Top team that we haven't covered yet. How about Kiara Reinhardt?
Yes, Kiara Reinhardt from Creighton.
Oh, sniped that one.
Yeah, there's another tie. This was for 4th. She had 167.
Damn.
So, big blockers.
Jesus.
And then the other ones, I'm just going to read out to you. They're from smaller conferences. It's going to be a little tougher for you to name. But at number 1, we have Bella Wooden from Utah Valley. She's coming into this season. She had 196 total blocks from last year.
God damn.
She played in the Western Athletic Conference.
She's owning there, though.
Yeah. And then tied for number 2, we also had Izzy Vanderwheely from Western Kentucky, who had 177 as well.
Wow.
And then our last person, tied also for number 4, we have Sarah Holcomb from Wyoming. She had 167 blocks.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Big blockers from a couple of the tougher teams to name, but big names still.
Respect.
And then let's move on to our next segment where we're doing another King of the Hill, sticking with NCAA. This one's going to be very interesting because I think everyone has a little bit of an idea in their mind for what they should be. But Queen of the Hill, NCAA women's conferences. This is very interesting where we're just matching up the conferences. So not necessarily players, but
Yeah.
the conferences.
You got to take everything into account. The team, the players.
Yeah.
Can they win a national championship? Or like, do you count like the bottom teams? Like, how much does that matter? There's a lot to go into this.
Yeah. So our first matchup, we have the SEC. Their main teams, just to name 5 of them, we have Kentucky, Texas, Florida, Mizzou, and Texas A&M. Notable mentions. And then they're versus the Big 12. Notable mentions for them, they have BYU, Kansas, Arizona State, Utah, and TCU.
Wow. I mean, both really good conferences here, but
Yeah.
I think the SEC is definitely dominating this.
Yeah, I think they're just real top heavy, the SEC, so they just have the better teams.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 legit teams that are fighting for like top 4, honestly. It's like Kentucky and Texas to me, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Florida, Texas A&M, and Mizzou are all right there. They're all like Sweet 16 probably.
Yeah. So we're going to give this one to SEC. Not too much debate from our side, but now let's get interesting. Next, we have them versus the ACC. So notable for them, we have Pitt, Louisville, Stanford, SMU, and Georgia Tech.
Ooh, this is tough.
Yeah, this one we have.
Pitt, Louisville, I think they're definitely undergoing like a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I think the same thing for Stanford. Stanford, SMU, I think all 4 of those teams really they're going under a lot of changes.
Yeah, but they're still strong.
They are still really good. To me, I would pick the SEC though. I think the top end of of those teams really are serious competitors. I think Pitt and Louisville will still be really good, but I think there's just too many good teams in the SEC.
Yeah, I think, at least for me, how I'd rationalize it is the ACC maybe has like the bottom teams are a little bit stronger than the SEC bottom teams, but the top end for SEC right now is too good.
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Those teams are legit competitors and like contenders for winning the Natty.
Yeah.
Pitt, Louisville are right there, but I mean, there's so many teams in the SEC that are so good.
Yeah. But now we have them up against the final boss, and I don't know if there's going to be anyone who can beat this one. We have them up against the Big Ten. So notable teams for this one, we have Nebraska, Penn State, Wisconsin, Minnesota, UCLA. Basically every team in this conference, kind of. And I think we're going to have to take Big Ten here.
I think it's like low-key, like kind of close, but not that close. I think it's just not fair when you have the top 2 contenders, I would say, in Nebraska, Penn State, in the same conference.
Yeah.
And you still have slept on Wisconsin and Minnesota. Those are 2 teams that are being slept on. And UCLA, I think, is making a lot of buzz right now with just
all the transfers
that they have. I think they're going to be a really good team. And there's still more teams.
Yeah.
There's still more teams that are better.
I think one thing that I always say when it comes to picking a team to win the NCAA tournament is just never doubt the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Every year, when you're looking for a national championship, the safest bet is always just Big Ten.
Yeah, they've always got a chance. I think SEC had a run at it, or however you want to call it, but SEC teams now had a run at it when you had Kentucky win 1, Texas won 2, like stuff like that. But man, Big Ten is too good right now.
And who they were competing against in those championships, it's the Big Ten.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
Yeah, so we have the Big Ten. The Big Ten are the queen of the court, as we all expect.
Yeah, there's too many good teams on the Big Ten, man.
Now, let's move on to the next game. We're moving on to blind rankings now, so we know you guys love this one, so we're moving away from the NCAA just for a second to do another blind ranking first.
This time we're going to move back into the VNL as we wrap it up. We got the men's VNL playoff performances. There was quite a few of those that were really good, but I picked out a couple of the very notable ones, at least in my eyes. Blind rank these men's VNL playoff performances. First, you got Mozic in the 3-4 final from Slovenia in the loss to Brazil in 3-1. He had 21 points, 18 kills on 30% efficiency, 3 blocks, and 5 digs.
I feel like we've seen some other very big dominant and big performances. This is really good, but they did also kind of still get beaten up by Brazil. So I don't know how impactful this was. So I'm going to put this one at 4.
Okay. That's fair. Next up, you have Miura from the quarterfinals. Japan lost to Poland 3-0, but Miura himself had 17 points, 15 kills on 28% efficiency, 2 aces, and 5 digs.
I will say Miura was basically the only one out there who looked like he was putting up a fight.
Yeah.
But in the end, they still got stomped by Poland, so I'm just going to put him at 5.
That's tough. It is pretty insane, though, when he did score 17 points in 3 sets. It's just they lost, which is tough.
More than just they lost is that...
They got owned.
Yeah, Poland was just looking too good against them.
Yeah, they lost the champions, all right?
Yeah.
And he tried. 17 points is crazy. 17 points is crazy for the team, like how much he scored. Like, that's insane. Next up, though, you have Michieletto in the semifinals. Italy won versus Slovenia in 3-1 fashion. He had 26 points, 19 kills on 55% efficiency, 4 blocks, 3 aces, and 2 digs.
Ooh, this one's tough. I'm not even I feel like, to me, I'm a Michieletto fan, so I'm gonna put this number 1.
It's fair. That's fair.
He's so good.
Yeah, he went nuts.
He's so good.
He went nuts. 26 points in a 4-setter.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And 55% efficiency. Half the time he's getting a kill. That's disgusting. Next up, though, you got Alan. In the quarterfinals, Brazil won versus China 3-1. He also had 26 points, 23 kills, 45% efficiency, 2 blocks, 1 ace, and 6 digs.
Ooh.
Alan was nice with it.
He is nice with it. I mean, I think he's the one who brought back that team from that first set loss.
Yeah.
Where things looked a little shaky. But for now...
You got your 2 and 3 left.
Yeah. Ooh, this is tough. Ooh. I don't know who's going to be the last one. I feel like the points won't be as high, but maybe it'll be in a more dominant performance. I'm going to put this at number 3.
Ooh, at number 3. So that means at your number 2 spot, you have Sasak in the semifinals. Poland won against Brazil 3-0. And Sasak himself scored 18 points, 16 kills. Guess the efficiency, though. 71%.
Oh my god!
He had 1 block, 1 ace, and 2 digs still. This guy was literally getting a kill every time he swung at the ball.
No, that efficiency is disgusting.
And 18 points in a 3-setter.
Okay,
that's disgusting.
That potentially could have gotten a number 1, but I'm a Michieletto fan, so I'm gonna give it.
Sasak went crazy.
That's so gross.
That shows how freaking good Poland is as a team when Sasak is going insane like that.
My god.
And he did that against Brazil too.
Yeah.
Good team.
Yeah. Wow.
Not a pushover.
Wow. I mean, you guys let us know what you think about that ranking, but honestly, I think I did not bad.
Yeah.
So we take those. But let's move on to our final game of the day, where we are doing a blind ranking for the NCAA women again. Let's prep for the season, guys. You know how it goes. Blind rank these NCAA women's outside duos.
There's a lot of good outside duos.
I know. Honestly, I had to, I can't pick them all. So there are some cuts here that are tough.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Trying to predict this one will be a little bit rough.
Yeah.
But let's start us off with Texas's duo of Tori Stafford and Abby Vanderwall.
I do like Abby Vanderwall. And Tori Stafford, I think she's already shown how good she is. Wow, this is tough.
Yeah.
Tori Stafford's definitely going to be really good. You do have a freshman, likely, that's going to be filling in that other outside spot, though. I think Tori Stafford is so good, though.
Yeah. And she's moving into a top role. So
I know. Man. Okay. I do want to play it a little safe, though. I'll put it at 3. I don't really know what's going to be up here.
Ooh, that's a crazy one.
Yeah, I'll put it at 3.
They are really good. Next, let's give you Kentucky, where they have Brooklyn DeLay and Eva Hudson.
Number 1.
We knew that.
I mean, I really like Brooklyn DeLay. She has such a great game. And then Eva Hudson transferring over I think it's like a dream come true. I think the way that they both play, they can both play front row and back row. I think they can both do it all. So
I'm pretty sure this is the consensus number 1 in the nation for outsides.
Yeah, I think you're crazy if you don't think so, honestly.
Yeah. So, very easy. But next, let's give you Louisville's outsides with Chloe Chacoin and Peyton Peterson.
Ooh, this one's nice too, actually.
Yeah.
Peyton Peterson I think she's gonna surprise people. I think people were definitely thrilled with how she played in the Natty and the semifinal, but I think she's actually going to play well throughout the season as well. And then Chloe Chacoin has also just been really, really good. Ooh, man.
You've taken 1 and 3.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm trying to think about these other teams out here, though.
There are some that people might be upset that I didn't name.
I guess I'm going to put them like 4 here. I don't want to put them 5.
All right, so you have 2 and 5 left. It's tough, but I think I know where you're going to put this one. Next, we have Nebraska with Harper Murray and Tariah Sigler.
Yeah, this is crazy. When I said I liked Abby Vanderwall, people are really, and this isn't just me, people are really high on Tariah Sigler. People really think she's going to be nice. And it's already Harper Murray. I think that's already enough said.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, I think this is number 2. I kind of feel okay about that, actually. I'll put her number 2.
All right, that means at number 5, you have Wisconsin's outside duo of Mimi Collier and Grace Egan.
Ooh, that's tough. Mimi Collier is really good and trying to fill in that role. Grace Egan, though, too, is definitely, there's some unknowns on like how what they'll do with either their freshman or like their transfer.
Yeah, I think
That's
there's
tough.
some people thought that the second outside might be Una Vahagic,
Yeah, I think the main one is Grace Egan, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people are saying.
but that's why there are a little bit more questions, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is not a bad ranking, not bad at all.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, actually.
Yeah. So let us know how you guys would have done with this. We know it's tough. There's a lot of good outsides in NCAA right now. But that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for sticking around this long. If you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, let us know what you guys thought about the VNL and kind of talk to us about what happened with this MLV and PVF merger. I know everyone's got to be overjoyed with this one, so...
Yeah, that's cool. The whole John Cook thing
Yeah.
and
Even League One.
Jordan Larson.
Yeah.
Like there's all that stuff. And then, yeah, are you guys excited for the NCAA women's season? I know we are. And then even just the world champs, I think that's always going to be really cool to see.
So much volleyball coming up. I mean, Athletes Unlimited is also going to be
Yeah.
starting. So we got a lot to cover, and we'll keep at it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.